Hello, I'm James Oha of your second period math class, and this is my math project on chapter 11.2. 11.2 is arithmetic sequences, and an arithmetic sequence is a sequence whose successive terms differ by the same number, d, or common difference. And there are two formulas we're going to use, and this is the first one, the explicit formula. Tn equals T1 plus D parentheses n minus 1 parentheses. Tn is a term you want to, the mystery term you usually will be solving for. And T1 is the first term of your sequence. D is the common difference. And n is the number of the term Tn. The next one is the recursive formula. Tn equals Tn minus 1 plus D. Tn is a specific term in a sequence. Again, usually the one you are trying to find, the unknown one, which is right there. Tn minus 1 is the term before Tn. So if Tn was term 2, Tn minus 1 would be term 1. And D again, right there, is the common difference. And now we're going to do some examples. So my first example is state whether arithmetic. If so, identify the common difference D. And the first sequence is 8, 5, 2, -1, -4. And this is arithmetic because it has the common difference of -3. The next one is 3, 9, 27, 81, and 243. This one is not arithmetic because it has no common difference. This next one is use the recursive formula to find the first three terms. And again, this is the recursive formula, and this is the first term which is given. To find the second term, you plug in T2 for term 2 where Tn is. Next, T2 equals 5, which is the term before Tn, as Tn minus 1. And then you add 2 because 2 is the common difference, which will equal 7 as your second term. Then you do the same thing, so T3 for term 3 equals the second term 7 plus the common difference of 2 equals 9. So your first three terms will be 5, 7, and 9. There are 4 more examples within the chapter. Okay, and the third example is list the first three terms of the sequence. This is the equation you're going to use, and to solve for this one, if you would like to find the first term, you would plug in 1 wherever n is. So here you plug in 1 for term 1 equals 4, where you also plug in 1 as the first term, minus 2 for the common difference equals 2. Same thing for the next one, term 2, where you'd plug in 2 for n equals 4, where you'd also plug in 2 for n, minus 2 equals 6. And then term 3 equals 4 times 3 minus 2 equals 10. And these three are your first three terms of the sequence. The next example is to find the term given, or find the term given two other terms. So we are searching for the fifth term, and we are given the second term, which equals -5, and the sixth term, which equals 7. So what you do first is you add the, or you subtract the highest term by the lowest term. So it would be 7 minus -5, which makes it 7 plus 5, which equals 12. And then you subtract the highest term number by the lowest term number. So 6 minus 2 equals 4. And then you divide the term's values, 12, by the term number values, which equals 3. And that will give you your difference of 3. Next, you will have to find the first term, and you will use the explicit formula. Here, we are solving for t1, so right here, this would be the second term, -5, equals the first term plus the second term's 2 minus 1 times the common difference of 3. 3 times 1 equals 3. You subtract both sides so that the first term equals -8. And from there, you can jump straight to the fifth term, equals the first term, which equals -8, plus 5 for term 5 minus 1 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12, plus -8 equals 4, and that is your fifth term. The next one is to write the explicit formula for the sequence. The sequence is 14, 9, 4, -1, and -6. So what you do is the explicit formula is Tn equals first term plus n minus 1 times the difference. So you plug in Tn, which is unknown, equals the first term, 14, plus parentheses n, which is also unknown, minus 1, times the common difference of -5. We know this because 14 minus 5 equals 9, which is the next term. Last one is to find the indicated arithmetic means. We are given 40 and 10, and there are 4 spots in between them. So what we do is we use the explicit formula again, and we do the last term, plug it into where Tn would be, equals the first term, which is 40, plus how many terms there are, 6 minus 1, times d, which is a common difference, which is unknown. You do subtract 40 to each side, which comes out to be -30 equals 5d, because 6 minus 1 is also 5. And then you divide both sides by 5, and the difference comes out to be -6. And from there, you just plug in -6 every time. So 40 minus 6 will be 34. 34 minus 6 will be 28. 28 minus 6 will be 22. 22 minus 6 would be 16, and 16 minus 6 would finally be your last term of 10. And that is chapter 11.2 and the 6 examples or questions you will see throughout the chapter.